Welcome back to another episode on Additional Mathematics, where we look at the syllabus code number 4049. And today we're looking at chapter 12 of our textbooks. Specifically, we are going to go into this subtopic of 12.2 and 12.3. So you might wonder, okay, what are they under on? Alright, so this is rate of change. And this is connected rate of change. Alright, so I would say there are things that are quite similar between these two. So overall, I'll put it into 3 words. Rates of change. Alright, I will call it ROC in short. Alright, so what exactly is rate of change? What do you think is rate of change? And what is one word that comes to your mind when you think about these 3 words that I've just said earlier, rate of change? Well, you can pause the video to think about it. And yeah, I'll just review my answer shortly, yeah? So rate of change, I would think about increasing. The word increasing, it can also be the word decreasing. Alright, so when it's increasing or decreasing, I will think about furthermore time. Alright, so this is what rate of change is you are going to identify how an, let's say, an object or a thing increases or decreases in time. Alright, what do I mean by that? Like how an object or thing increases or decreases in time. So let's say I say the rate of change is, like, let's say the rate of change of the radius of a circle. Do you mind if I just draw a circle like that? Is, let's say, 2.5 cm per second. Do you see that over here there's a second here? And seconds, what does it represent? It represents time, correct? So without further ado, I'll be introducing to you about what is rate of change. Alright, so you might often hear school teachers saying, oh, you have to know stuff like dv over dt, dA, dr, dA, dt, dr, dt. Yes, you will have to know them, but honestly, I wouldn't memorize all these. Alright, so wait, and maybe one more. Let's just say dv, dr. Or let's say maybe dy, dt, can be dx, dt as well, etc, etc, yeah? Alright, so what I think, right, about what school teachers say, I would think that yes, you will have to use them, but what I think, how all these variables come about is from the question. So rate of change, right? One tip I can give you is to look at the keywords. We'll be doing 2 example questions later, so I will teach you how to do rate of change questions effectively and efficiently. Look at the keywords. Rate of change is basically just about the understanding of the English, and you must know what the question wants. Alright, so what else? Look at keywords, understand English and what question means, and also know what, let's just say, what is respect to, let's say, another factor. So let's say I will say maybe volume is, I used another color, sorry about that. Let's just say volume is with respect to, let's say, time. Alright, so this is just an example. So in long story short, I'm just going to put it into very simple terms. You must know what terms to use. So the terms, all these I will call them terms. Okay, so the next step is what terms to use. Alright, so for rate of change, this is what you have. And connected rate of change is we're going to use the chain rule. Alright, so I will leave this one side here first. Okay, and now we are going to look at what is connected rate of change. Alright, so your tutor might have told you about this step. Like they give you a fraction equals to a fraction times another fraction. Alright, so let's say your tutor will tell you, oh, okay, on the left hand side, right, you will usually put what the question wants. That means what are you going to find? Alright, I'll just write what are you finding. And for this part here, okay, I'll write in 3 different colors. For this part here, is usually what is given by the question. And this part here in yellow will be probably on what will you create. So how should I say? You'll know what I'm talking about in example questions later, but I'll put it into simpler terms like what will you need. So it's like a extra thing. Okay. So right, this is the chain rule that tutors normally teach. I would say yes, it can be effective, but I don't think it will be very effective in the long run. Alright, and honestly, I would recommend this, but at the same time, I would not, because if let's say your x is like, let's say dx dt, can you differentiate dx dt? Actually, it can, but what if I give you another one? What if I say dt dr? Okay, this one, right, what you need to do is you have to write 1 over dr over dt. Alright, what is this? I will unpack it for you. So for this one, what does this basically mean? If we put it into simple terms, it's 1 divided by dr over dt. Do you realize, remember, KCF, keep, change, flip. So keep this, change the divide to times, and you flip. So dt go up, dr at the bottom. Furthermore, do you realize that dt over dr is the same as this? Do you realize it? Do you realize that? Yes, right? That's why you have to write 1 over dt dr, which is something that I do not like. And yeah, that's basically about it lah. Okay, but yeah, I'll just write one more tip here. So this is the chain rule that I usually recommend. Alright, so and I will show you in exemplar questions how am I going to arrange all my terms. Okay, so going back to here, what terms to write, right? Furthermore, I will add one more, is to know the chain rule. But this is not your differentiation, this is the multiplication one. So which is the one over here in red. Alright, so it's this one, the one with the fractions. Okay, so and also one more thing, wait, I forgot what I want to say, but yeah, wait, let me think. Okay, so one more thing will to also know the question parameters. Yeah, so no question, you have to know what you are doing lah, basically in this rate of change. Yeah, okay, so right, you must know, yeah, like what I said, look at the keywords, understanding of the English and what the question wants, what you have to know what terms to use, and know the chain rule. Alright, so now we will go into exemplar questions. Alright, but actually there's another way of doing the chain rule. Yeah, that was what I was about to say. Alright, so there's another way which I will do it here. Okay, if you want to take a quick photo, you can take it first. Alright, so I'll be doing this in yellow. So let's say I got like this. I can put it in any order I want, but okay, so let's just say this is the thing that I want. Not the thing that I want, the thing I have. Alright, but usually for rate of change, I won't usually do this way. I will do the one in red, which I will show you shortly. Yeah. Hold on, I'll just get it back out for you. There we go. Yeah, so this is what I would usually do for rate of change, and it's a very simple, very easy process for you to remember. But one thing I don't like, which is the 1 over something lah, which is, I don't like it lah, okay? But trust me, just follow the steps and I am sure you will get it. So this is something that I do not like personally. Alright, so without further ado, alright, we are going to exemplar questions, so I will be able to portray my point clearer, and I really hope you understand.